Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, and my friends, today I want to talk about the upcoming patch, as it were, for Dragon Ball FighterZ and the future of patches, at least for the foreseeable future for this year, for Dragon Ball FighterZ as well. So this week, as of the time of me making this video, there will be Super Baby 2 coming to Dragon Ball FighterZ, and he's pretty crazy as everything we've seen so far. And with that will be coming a patch for Dragon Ball FighterZ, and this patch, I guess you could call it a balance patch because there technically is a balance change. It's not too much, it's mostly bug fixes, we'll talk about in a second. You know what, to be expected. I don't think anyone realistically expected any big balance changes coming at this point for Dragon Ball FighterZ. Let's talk about that one balance change. So Master Roshi, of all people, is getting nerfed. This is his B assist and also the main move itself. Reduced invincibility time for Martial Spirit and the B assist. I'm assuming that means like perhaps the armor window. And basically the second hit of the move, as it is a multi-part move, will be coming out slower for the most part. And as stated in the Dragon Ball FighterZ show, that means you can mash out of it, you can jump out of it, all that kind of stuff. Now, I don't think anyone was particularly clamoring for Master Roshi nerfs, but it happened. And whatever, nerfs happen, right? It is definitely one of the better assists in the game, to be sure. But the thing is, that's it. That's the only change. Nothing else has changed. Even UI Goku is, outside of bug fixes, completely the same. So it's very odd to really highlight on this one specific issue, especially considering Master Roshi not exactly blazing up the charts in any real way. Like, we did the state of the meta video not too long ago, and while Master Roshi is not at the bottom of the charts, he certainly isn't up there with, you know, Kid Buu or Ultra Instinct Goku. But as it remains, that is our only significant change. Everything else is just bug fixes. So whether or not Master Roshi, and apparently Master Roshi alone, needed a nerf, well, hey, I'll leave it to you in the comments, my friends. Tell me if you think this is all we needed. So that's the one aspect of it, but the other aspect is this. So that Master Roshi balance change, as odd as it is, considering there's nothing else for it, on the Dragon Ball FighterZ show, they stated the next patch, which will be with Gogeta, and that could be 2-3 months from now, will also be similar in that it's basically going to be quality of life stuff, bug fixes and all that, meaning effectively the balance we have is what we got for the long haul. Effectively, don't expect any real balance changes coming for Dragon Ball FighterZ until there is a Season 4. You know, if there's a Season 4, that's something we can talk about later. But yeah, so what we got is what's staying for a long time to come. Now, that said, that's not inherently a bad thing, right? Maybe we got some problems with balance. You know, UI Goku is the game now. I think that is very, very fair to say. But it's certainly, you know, a dang sight better than we were like in late Season 2, right? Where the game was just outright degenerate. The game is much better now than it was back then. But with that said, if you're not a particular fan of the Ultra Instinct Goku meta, well, this is what we're gonna get. This is how it's gonna be. This is the game, barring the new characters coming out, for the foreseeable future. Now, with that said, obviously with Super Baby 2 coming out, and it's still weird to say Super Baby 2, what a name, right? But with him coming out, just from what we've seen in the previews, there's no way this is a weak character, right? So I think he'll shake up the game in his own special way, and of course, you know, teams being formed around, all that kind of stuff, more variety to be sure, but, you know, we're gonna be staling out for a little bit, I guess is what you could say. With no real balance changes coming in the future, other than apparently one character getting a bit of a nerf, we basically have to see how much of an impact Super Baby 2 is going to have on the game, because everything is basically going to be surrounding him, because nothing else will be happening. Gogeta as well, but once again, Gogeta potentially 2 to 3 months away. We don't know what the release schedule is going to be now for Dragon Ball FighterZ. Obviously, whatever the initial plans were went out the window when COVID happened. But we're not getting a balance patch of any significance with him, so once again, it is up to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on just, you know, the back of what he himself brings to the game with how the game will be shaping up. So in the end, I don't know, there's the whole argument of overpatching versus underpatching, but I'm a little disappointed personally knowing that there's nothing significant coming in the future. Once again, I did not expect anything for Super Baby at all. That's fine. Wasn't expecting a big patch, but I was kind of hoping for something at least for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta when he hit, but, well, apparently not. So, that all said, that's basically the look at Dragon Ball FighterZ coming up in the next little while, which is apparently, you know, quality of life changes and 2 new characters, and that's about it. And maybe a new surprise nerf for another character that maybe also didn't really need it. But yeah, so that's where we're at the moment. And with that, this is where I throw it to you guys. Are you okay with it? You know, a lot of people are going to be completely fine. I'm mostly fine. I'm just a little disappointed because, I don't know, changes are exciting. It's always fun to see new changes happening, right? And especially when the one nerf that happened was Roshi and not UI Goku just makes you raise your eyebrows. And knowing that UI Goku's not apparently going to get nerfed at any significance in the future, and it's just more quality like bug fixes and all that, just strikes me a little bit odd. But otherwise, my friends, hey, let me know what you think about what's going on with Dragon Ball FighterZ for now and in the future with the upcoming DLC characters and the apparent lack of patches. But otherwise, hey, thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some Dragon Ball.